AITA? I reported my car missing after my husband took it to attend his brother's wedding. My husband, 35, does not have a car. He sold his old one to help pay for his brother's wedding. I did not agree on this, but he had this car before we got together, so it's a shared property. Besides that, I have my own car, so that did not affect me till my husband started complaining about having to commute to work and hangout places. He tried to get me to let him drive my car several times, but I stood firm and put a boundary, making him understand that my car will never be driven by him. One of the reasons why is because of how bad his driving is. His brother lives out of town. My husband asked if he could drive my car to the wedding, but I refused, but not because I'm not invited. Another story for another day. Because like I said, my car is off limits. He threw a fit calling me unreasonable to let him take public transportation because he can barely stand it for 10 minutes, let alone hours. I said it wasn't my problem, which irritated him but made him stop arguing about it. The day that he was supposed to travel out of town, I woke at 10 a.m. and couldn't find my car key. I went outside and couldn't find my car either. I was beyond pissed. I called him, and like I expected, he took it and was on his way to the other town. I lost it and told him I gave him no permission to take it for whole 5 days, and said that if he won't turn around with it and come home, then I'd call the cops and report it missing. His response was, "You wouldn't dare do it 'cause you know what would happen." I hung up on him then. Immediately called the police and told them about my situation. I did not tell them my husband took it because they'd think it's a family dispute and decide to not get involved. I just reported it missing. 2 hours later, I got a call from my husband saying he was back in town and was being held at our local police station. I went to the station and talked to the cops. My husband made a scene there, swearing over and over that I gave him permission to take it, and said I was acting out of jealousy and spite because he was going to attend a wedding that I was not invited to. I took my car and went home, but he had to stay a little longer. He came home in the evening and went on a rage fit about how I created an awful situation and almost caused him to miss his brother's wedding. He called me vindictive, bitter, and a lunatic to call the police on him and try to accuse him of stealing my car. He had to leave the same day to be able to be there with his family and decided to extend his stay. And he still hasn't gotten back yet. Right now his mom and brother are blasting me for what happened and calling me spiteful. I can't see your marriage lasting much longer. So, happily married, I take it? Edit. People, thank you for the awards. But save them for another Redditor who needs a pick-me-up. Why are you married to him? Info. WTF? Why are you married to him? I'd take this time to find a divorce lawyer. NTA. But I get the feeling that there is a lot more going on here. Your husband sold his car to help pay for his brother's wedding? Even though he needed it to commute? Is your husband prone to making bad decisions? And he paid for his brother's wedding, even though you, his wife, were not invited to it? I'm sorry, but what kind of marriage is this? Info. How did he leave to get to the wedding after he got home from the police station? And if he didn't take your car for that trip, why wasn't whatever he did part of the original plan? NTA. Lady, you need to file for divorce immediately. This relationship is toxic and your husband is a massive idiotic asshole. Esh. Why are you even together? Just break up. You both sound like absolute nightmares. I don't understand this. That is your husband. Y'all need to get a divorce if everything is mine, yours. That's not a marriage at all. Esh. This sounds like a toxic relationship from both parties. Up flippantly states she'll never let her husband drive her car, which is an extreme position to take. So many red flags all around. Question. I am not understanding something here. Husband had old car before you got together and that is a shared property. When did Op get her car? If it was before they were together, then shouldn't that be a shared property too? Or was the car purchased after they got together and wouldn't that make this car a shared property anyway? Or was there a typo in this description somewhere? This relationship sounds exhausting. I often read stories here that make me wonder, why do these people want to be married to each other? Quote. This is one of them. Based on the info you gave us, y'all needed couple counseling like last year. You two are not there for each other. You're putting yourselves against each other. You're both unwilling to compromise. You both refuse to communicate or help one another. And you two are making things harder than is necessary to try and win fights. Esh. Massively. Why are you married to one another? Esh. Why are you still married? I am honestly asking because there's a lot of red flags here on both sides. His family hates you. You weren't invited to a family wedding in which you are a part of the family. You don't seem to be disappointed that you weren't invited to said wedding. He clearly doesn't respect you or your boundaries. You care more about an object than his wants and needs. You had no problem having your husband arrested and you clearly didn't care about his feelings. Around a major family event, you make life decisions without each other. This is not a snapshot of a healthy relationship. Esh. I don't even know where to begin. What in the Jerry Springer dysfunctional relationship is going on with you two? Your husband is the off for his entitled attitude and his refusal to take responsibility. You're the off for deciding to escalate this well beyond what was necessary. For intentionally lying by omission to police to make it worse. And for somehow not understanding why that was 100% wrong. You both have a lot of growing up to do. Esh, get a divorce and stop wasting taxpayers' money. You both sound toxic. Esh, do you even like each other? There are clearly so many issues in your marriage that those forum cannot address.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.